Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, my name is Naija Closing, and I represent the plaintiff, Peyton Reynolds. I'd like to begin and say that many of us in here have had to make at least one choice in our life. It could have been a difficult choice, such as choosing which college to apply to, or maybe even as simple as what you want for dinner. We've all been there. Pat Reynolds made a choice he was forced to make because it was his only choice. A choice he made on account for his well-being, and unfortunately, the choice he was forced to make resulted with him in a coma. As stated in the trial earlier, negligence is departure from that standard of care. The law of negligence is the failure to use that degree of care which a reasonably prudent person would not have done in circumstances. Representing the plaintiff, we bear the burden of proof, which is the obligation to produce evidence and prove our case. The amount of proof needed to be shown for a finding is 51% or more. In order to prove that the defense was negligent, I must prove that 1, there was a duty, 2, there was a breach of that duty, 3, the breach of the duty was the proximate cause of the injury sustained, and 4, damages arose from the breach. To begin with, teachers owe a duty to exercise reasonable care for the safety of students entrusted in them. The Smithville School District is held responsible for this injury because of their inadequate training of Dalton Fisher, as well as their limited amount of chaperones. The Smithville School District did not staff a proper amount of chaperones for the school trip. The needed amount of chaperones, according to school policy, is a 15-to-1 student-teacher ratio. This policy was violated as the school trip continued with only one teacher chaperoning 20 students. Although Peyton Reynolds called to inform the superintendent of the hotel's policy of 1 to 20, Peyton Reynolds had no idea that Dalton Fisher was inexperienced. Dalton Fisher had missed a meeting held to inform the parents and teachers on the trip. Because he missed this meeting, his role as a chaperone was poorly executed and resulted in Pat's injury. As you all heard earlier from Avery Harris's witness testimony, Pat left their hotel room at 11:25 p.m. to try to get Dalton Fisher's attention to help him in his time of need while he was encountering a dizzy spell. Pat did so by knocking on his hotel room door, but his calling went unanswered by Dalton Fisher. In Dalton Fisher's testimony, he claimed that he was in the room grading papers at the same time that Pat knocked on his door. Once Pat realized that Dalton Fisher was non-respondent, Pat returned to his hotel room to inform Avery of the situation. Pat and Avery both left their hotel room in search of an open gift shop that they could get snacks at, but found it was closed. With no other option, they made their decision to leave the hotel to get food for Pat. Now, the defense will try to say that there was vending machines near Dalton Fisher's room that Pat could have tried, so leaving the hotel wouldn't have been necessary. While that is true, Pat was suffering from a dizzy spell at the same time, so he could have been disoriented and missed the vending machine. Defense will also try to say that Pat and Avery left the hotel to go to a party at the Metropolitan University, but this is not the case because Pat and Avery are both great students. The whole reason that they were at the conference was for educational purposes. The conference was limited, and only a selected amount of students were able to go. Would students like that sneak out to go to a party? Finally, the defense bears safe harbor, which is an inference that there was no negligence and a reasonable policy was followed. The defense will not be able to bear this because of the evidence that I have shown, which proves in fact Dalton Fisher and the Smithville School District are liable for the cause of Pat Reynolds' head injuries. At this time, I would like to ask the jury to return a verdict in favor of